For the past 3 years, our very own Patrick Lloyd has come into your homes and shared your stories. And when I found out you were going to be anchoring our brand new noon show, I was so pumped for you because your story is actually pretty interesting. You decided you were going to get into this field at only 6 years old, right?
Yeah, something like that. I was really young. My dad actually has worked in radio his whole life since like the 70s now. And I remember as a kid when we lived in Tampa, Florida growing up on Bring Your Kids to Work Day, he would bring me into the station and I would get to talk on air, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. As life kind of went on, I kind of drifted into the TV scene rather than radio, but I've never looked back and I've loved it ever since then.
Patrick, you have a natural ability to tell people's stories, but one thing I love about you is you are so passionate about our community. You connect with the people that you tell their stories. So talk to us a little bit about some of the stories that you have told along the way and what we can expect from the noon show.
Well, you can expect a lot more of what we've been doing, which is telling those stories that matter. You know, when it comes to story selection, that's a pretty rigorous process that we go through here at WMBF News. If we have a story that might look cool visually, that's not our only criteria to put it on air. We've got to pick stories that are actually going to have an impact in the community. So you can expect a lot more of that. And like you said, I've become very invested in the Myrtle Beach community over the last 3 years. I've just, I love it more and more every single day. So I'm excited to continue that role as well, to tell those stories in addition to anchoring this brand new newscast.
You're originally from Florida, so of course Myrtle Beach was kind of a natural transition for you, but you quickly fell in love with WMBF, and you actually found love here too, right?
I did, yeah. You can actually see the ring on my finger here. I met my wife now, Tatiana, here. She works behind the scenes here at WMBF News. We started dating shortly after I started working here in summer of 2017, and now here we are about 3 years later, we're married. And so it's been great not only to get to know a lot of people in the community here, but to come really, really close with one of them.
You guys are such a beautiful couple. I mean, the noon show is really going to be what you guys need right during your lunch break. I love that you're just going to really go in depth to what we find on our WMBF app. So it's really just going to be everything you need right there in the middle of the day, right?
Yeah, and something, I'm glad you brought that up, the whole middle of the day aspect of it all. What we have noticed here at WMBF News is we'll do Facebook Lives for a lot of our stories that are going to air later in the evening around that lunchtime, around noon or 1 o'clock, and we've noticed that viewership for those Facebook Lives has been really high lately. So we realized there is a need and there is a desire for people to watch news around that midday lunchtime. So we figured a WMBF News at noon newscast was really just a perfect fit. So we're glad to kind of fill that need. And also something to consider, WMBF News has more news than any other station here in the market. We've already got our 4, 5, 6, 7, and 11 o'clock newscast. So why not add a noon show as well?
Absolutely. We're so excited about it. I have loved watching you grow, Patrick. I mean, you started kind of behind the scenes in Florida, and then of course you came here to WMBF as a reporter. You've been on our weekend show as an anchor, and now we're going to see you every single day. So people are going to want to watch Grand Strand today, and then just hold on tight until 12:30 because you've got all the hard stuff that we need to know, right?
Of course, yeah. And like you said, that transition that I made kind of from the behind-the-scenes aspect in Jacksonville, Florida, when I was working there, onto the on-camera aspect of it all has been really exciting for me, because the whole on-camera stuff was what I wanted to do from the start. And now it's crazy to think back when I was just a hungry college kid trying to work toward a dream, and now to see where I am right now, anchoring a brand new newscast and making history here at WMBF News. It's really exciting. And if you told me back then when I was that hungry college kid that I would be doing something like this at this point in my career, I probably would have thought that would be a best case scenario, but here we are. I'm really excited about it.
We are so lucky to have you. If you've got littles watching or maybe grandchildren at home and their dream is to be on TV, this is a great example of how it can all come and be reality. So thank you so much, Patrick. We're looking forward to the noon show. You are an awesome addition to daytime, and of course, guys, you will still see him throughout the week in the evening newscast because he's going to be working around the clock for you.